Welcome to podcast 1. I'm your fabulous host, Christine Braden, and welcome to episode number 3, I believe. I want to say 3 or 4. So today we're talking about my journey into witchcraft. So this started when I was about 7 years old. I had an obsession with death and ghosts, go figure. At the time, I did not know that there was a problem or a reason. It just interested me a lot. Distinctly remember playing in front of the TV and my parents, and I was planning a funeral. So I'm a fucked up individual. So this began the introduction to the occult and witchcraft that has been my journey into the craft as a young child. This was unknown to me, however, looking back onto it now, and it all makes sense. Now, that led me to inform you, the listener, that witchcraft is, by definition, something or someone who is practicing involving alleged supernatural beings and making deals with demons and devils, which is not true. Not all the more enlightened definition is now spiritual creation used and pulled toward the natural world in all forms, which is very true. So originally witchcraft would have been, how would you say, taboo, because a lot of forms of it. There's like shamanism, traditional magic, and even Wiccan practices now that have been merged into Christian practices like Easter and Christmas, and even Mexican traditions like Halloween, which have its roots deeply connected into the Day of the Dead ceremonies and such as like this. Anyway, back to my story. Now to today, where at the time of this episode I practice eccentric green spiritual craft work. In my practices I use things such as plants, crystals, and energy meditation. I would like to leave on this note. One's practices in the spiritual world is theirs and theirs alone, and not to be judged by the others or the outside world. This is a short episode declaring on who I am and who I want to become more of. I can talk forever about this subject, but this is not an important episode. This is just something to tell you where I come from and what I look into. I look into things a little bit on the spiritual side. I actually know a lot on the spiritual side of things. I want to let you know that these are short episodes, and yes, they can be 15 minutes long, and I say nothing. I say so much that I say nothing at all, which is true. But at the same time, I don't want to be considered as the person that blabbers on like I'm doing right now. And this, I don't have the extra person for the podcast yet. That's another thing. If there's anyone listening, I would like to put it out there. I need an extra person. Anyone who would like to come, I will add my email address into the description. And yes, I am putting my description back on. I would like someone who has a decent voice, just to come and join the team for a few hours a day. There is going to be no payment, as this channel doesn't earn money at all. And I would like to put in some more of another person's ideas out there on everything that this channel, this podcast has to offer. So, if you're interested, send me an email, and I'd like to meet with you. And that's an end for podcast 1.